For the next address that will decode the role of Doordarshan, ladies and gentlemen, how it continues to maintain its legacy as a pubcaster. May we have the pleasure of inviting on stage the ADG West Zone Prasad Bharati AIR and Doordarshan. Can we please welcome Shri J.K. Chandira with a lovely and a brilliant round of applause. Thank you, Shri Chandira, for taking out the time and qualifying the stage with your presence. Thank you very much.
Good evening, everybody, and it's the last session, and I'm given a time more to trying to speed up. We are trying to recall the journey of Doordarshan and how it went about establishing a brand also. Doordarshan is in the memory of everybody. The way Doordarshan went about making a brand or becoming a brand rather is by reaching out to the people, touching their lives. It was rather a rural first kind of initiative, and then when we try to be with the people in all their campaigns, festivals, sports, and this is how we built a brand. Doordarshan has been always safeguarding the interest of the people. So there is an element of trust. And then, as Marshall McLuhan says, the medium is the message. TV as a medium, the TV was introduced in India with the advent of Doordarshan. TV is such a powerful media which changes the community behavior and social impact. And with this, not only Doordarshan became a brand, but the corporates who work with Doordarshan. And it is said that the brand building for a TV medium is the most powerful for building a brand. I will just try to capture the journey of Doordarshan. It all started with a site experiment. Luckily, we had ISRO senior officers here, and satellite instruction television experiment set, which started in 75-76. It was a joint project of NASA and ISRO, and when they tried to use the satellite as a mean of the television broadcasting. Now in 75-76, with the US satellite ATS-6, ISRO did an exercise of social experiment with the television as a satellite. Doordarshan produced the programs for about 20,000 villages, and these programs are produced by Doordarshan and telecast over the satellites with the help of ATS-6. And these programs and their social impacts were so significant. Then with this, not only ISRO decided for a major launch of Indian satellite for broadcasting, and Doordarshan decided to expand the TV broadcasting in India in a big way. This is how it all started. And when we started television, one of our core and initial programs were Krishi Darshan. Krishi Darshan is the one program where we reached out the audience in the farms, reached out to them in the farms and the studios, taught them the technologies, and it became the iconic program running for long years. Not only that, in 2015, Doordarshan started a full-fledged agriculture channel called DD Kisan. Then Doordarshan has been with the government in all the campaigns, whether it is a elementary school universalization of elementary school through the School Chale Hum, or polio eradication, or health programs or women empowered programs. Doordarshan has been with the people in participating with these programs. One of the campaign I would talk about is the Kalyani program. This was a program of National Rural Health Mission, and this ran for 10 years and made a great social impact on the health and social influence on the people. Now this program was a multi-segment program wherein there were studio programs, field programs. It was complemented with the Kalyani clubs which went about the villages, and through these programs there were a great impact on the social health of the people. Doordarshan subsequently followed with the iconic programs you are all aware of it. Whether it is a Bunyad or Hum Log, Ramayana, Tamas, Mahabharat, all these programs, Doordarshan partners with the various production houses. Some of the programs we procured through the sponsorship board, some we commissioned, some we went about the self-finance commissioning and revenue share model. And these iconic programs, including Bharat Ek Khoj, were launched in Doordarshan in a very short time. These made Doordarshan as a brand very popular. Then with the Asiad Games in 1982, Doordarshan introduced color television in India. With this, and Doordarshan has always been, participated in international sports and national prestigious events. And we have covered with a very high sense of achievement. And these are major milestone in terms of the technology which we brought into the country. Like with Asian Games, we brought the color television. With Commonwealth Games 2010, we inducted high definition in a major way. And recently with the G20 coverage, G20 summit coverage, this was coverage with the 4K ultra high definition television technology. Cricket on Doordarshan has been a very popular. You all are aware about the 1983 Indian World Cup winning and the national fervor and the spirit of unity in country which pervaded with this. Subsequently, when the BCCI sold the television right, Government of India, made it mandatory for the mandatory carriage of or sharing of the sports signal with Prasar Bharati, and that is how still the events of the national prestige we are still carrying on Doordarshan. The major expansion of Doordarshan went about after this experience of the site experiment through a network of high power transmitters and low power transmitters. In a very short time, we could cover 90% of the Indian population with the spread of low power and high power transmitter. There was a crash plan with one low power transmitter stations a day, and that is how a fast expansion of Doordarshan network came about. Then Doordarshan reached out to the regional channels, and all the states of the country, they had regional channels. We later had 35 satellite channels and 65 production centers. One of the major success story of Doordarshan is the free dish platform. With the aim of universal service to people, we brought out a free-to-air DTH platform which is called DD Free Dish. DD Free Dish is a satellite where you don't have to pay any monthly fee. With a 1500 rupees of the set-top box, you are able to see 167 channels of all genres. There are private channels and there are government channels, co-branded education channels. And as per the FICCI ENY 2023 report, this reaches to about 45 million households, by far the highest number of households through these platforms. As a public service broadcaster, how it is differentiated from the other broadcaster. Public service broadcaster has a mandate of universal access, and we give all these services free to air broadcasting so that all the people have the universal access to this. Whether it is a DD Free Dish or any other television channels, they are telecasted free of cost. Diversity is in our genre. We always say that all regions of the country and minority groups, plurality, social science and democratic values are promoted. We don't leave any subject which we think is important for the public. Ethics as a foundation. We are steadfast and determined, in our compliance to broadcast code and our ethos to inform, educate and entertain. Dilemma on ethics versus growth or revenue, they never cross our mind. And DD provides credible news in fair and balanced manner by putting out facts without getting into complications of opinion and viewpoints. Nation building, inform all matters of public interest. You all are aware that during COVID, all state governments made use of virtual classroom through DD and Akashvani channels for the students. As per the feedback we received from the state government, this specially helped students of class 10 and 12 where they did not have the access of mobile telephones. Doordarshan has various outreach. We have a special focus on Northeast, and 10% of the government budgets are normally spent on the Northeast. We have 7 24 hours regional channels in the Northeast. The kind of reach we have, for example, as a Pubcaster, whether it is Doordarshan and Akashvani in Arunachal Pradesh, for example, Akashvani makes programs in 9 dialects in addition to English and Hindi. In Nagaland, the programs are made in 18 dialects. In all, we have 81 dialects in Northeast to cater to. We have special focus on border, remote, and LW and aspirational districts. We have been continuously strengthening our network in these areas. Recently, for example, we launched news bulletin Halbi and Gondi travel in Bastar regions. Rural and Tier 3 and Tier 4 is our area of focus, and we have a very strong network in this area. Especially for agriculture, we had a narrow casting kind of cluster model for popularizing agriculture programs. In international, we have DD India, which has been recently revamped to focus for the international audience, and this, as India rises to the global stage, it is very important that the India story is written and communicated by itself. DD India plays a very important role in this. The international channel of DD has been revamped in terms of operation, content and technologies. Through MOUs and mutual arrangement, DD India is placed on international satellites, cable, OTT platforms like Yup TV, KBS Korea, ITV USA and all. As a partner of the ABU, we are very active in Asia Pacific regions and partner with them in various collaborative activities. Doordarshan is very active in social media presence to engage with the next generation. We have about 250 X handles or YouTube channels. Some of them are very popular. Doordarshan has recordings of, talking about archives, Doordarshan has recording of all the prodigies of classical dance and music in its repository. Be it legendary Pandit Bhimsen Joshi, Pandit Jasraj, Sodal Mansingh and Biju Maharaj, in their use, these recordings are with us. These are the level 1 research material for use in the next generation. At the end, talk about the two platforms. We have talked about Doordarshan free dish platform, which has become very popular, and there are a lot of new generation channels which have become, in a leading channels with the help of these platforms. Then Doordarshan also is tying up with the IIT Kanpur and private industry to launch what is called direct to mobile platform. Now this is a platform where you receive, with the help of digital TV transmitter, on your mobile broadcasting signals. Finally, there is some issue here. Yes. Okay. Brands like Doordarshan are owned by public, and as such, and these institutions are of, for, and by the people of the countries. We are always looking for the like-minded partners. It is expected that the responsible citizens and major Indian organizations reflect on their rights in these organizations. For a vibrant democracy like India, with rich cultural heritage and glorious past, India can assert its soft power and aspiration by strengthening public service institutions. That way, there is a call to action for all of you. As a marketeers, you are innovators. Think of establishing long-term, brand building, and those who care for the Indian soft power and role of India in the global arena to partner with Doordarshan in many ways where we can serve the public service broadcasting. Thank you very much.